In this video, I'm going to talk about the two supplements I've found that have gotten me overall about a 40% shrinkage in what was a tennis ball size fibroid. So I say 40% conservatively because I haven't gone back in for a ultrasound to have it, exactly measured, but I'll show a before and after picture in the end, and I'm very thin, so it's really easy to see the reduction I've got in this time. So I'll start with the first thing I did, because this has taken place over 2.5 protocols, I guess you'd call them, which are pretty simple. In both of these protocols I'm going to talk about, I did more than what I'm going to tell you, but through a little research and process of elimination, these were the important aspects. And in the second one, there's actually, you'll see why. We know why it was what it was and not any of the other stuff I was taking. So the first thing I did was pretty standard vegan diet and 200 milligrams a day of DIM. So I think most of us know how DIM works. I'm not going to try to pronounce the full name because it would make everyone laugh probably. It forces the liver to excrete excess estrogen out of your system. And I took this for quite a while and tried to maintain the vegan diet as best I could. I saw the first 20% shrinkage I was to receive within the first 2 months of doing this. At that 2-month point, we were moving from California to Berlin, and it took us about 2 months to find an apartment. During that time, I was not able to maintain the vegan diet, and I did not have any further shrinkage. When we did get an apartment and I got a kitchen again, and I went back on the vegan diet, I still did not have any further shrinkage. And at that point, I was getting a little sick of the side effects from the DIM, so I kind of took a break. Plus, when you're taking all these things, it's good to give your liver a break. I have other health problems, and whenever I take stuff that messes with my liver, it does make me feel pretty sick after a couple months, and I have to take breaks regularly. So those symptoms were, it was making my estrogen way too low. Like, I was having a lot of symptoms that like someone who's already through menopause would be having, down there. And I didn't like it. So yeah, that was round one. It got me about 20% shrinkage. It took about 2 months to do. I don't think you need to go much longer than that. Like, get the shrinkage you're going to get out of it, take a break, and then go back on. Which is what I did, but I used something else the second round. I was watching a Dr. Greger video, and he was talking about a study out of Egypt where a small group of women were given 800 milligrams of green tea extract every day for 4 months. I think all of the women in the study got around like a 30 to 35% shrinkage in their fibroids, and I gave that a shot. I also did a bunch of other stuff because in the video he says the authors don't know exactly why that these are making the fibroid shrink. It could be its anti-inflammatory properties, it could be its antioxidant properties. It's not that, and I'll get to that in a little bit. But so I do the 800 milligrams a day with all this extra stuff like anti-inflammatory and antioxidant wise. And again, in the first 2 months, I had that about 20% shrinkage again, and didn't have any further shrinkage for the next 2 months. So how do we know it was all just the green tea extract and not all that other stuff? That 20% was not quite as good as what the other women got in the study. So, I mean, if that other stuff I was doing was actually helping, I think I would have at least gotten as good as the women in the study, but I don't think I did. As far as how the green tea extract is working, I started looking for more research, and there are some mouse models and I think one human study, and it showed that green tea extract actually works like DIM, as in it forces your liver to excrete excess estrogen. So I'm thinking if you're watching this video and you're like, oh, I can't do DIM and I green tea extract makes me sick, If you can find anything that makes your liver excrete estrogen, it's probably going to give you good results. So yeah, I'm feeling good at this point. It's the middle of summer. I'm not looking so pregnant anymore, and I'm getting ready to do round 3 and just do the green tea extract. I started it, and I was only able to do it for about 5 weeks. I have other health problems, and when it gets really hot out, I get kind of sick, and it's very uncomfortable, and I had to stop. The green tea extract, it's best to take it on an empty stomach, so I would take it like first thing in the morning, wash it down with a little orange juice, because absorption can always hinder results, so we want to do what we can to like best absorb these things we are taking, and sometimes that would make me a little sick too, but I just powered through it because I could see it was shrinking the fibroid. But yeah, once summertime and I was all kind of like sick otherwise for other reasons, I had to stop. It was too uncomfortable. Now that it's winter time though, I do plan on doing a round 3 with the green tea extract, and I am fully confident that in maybe one more round, you won't be able to see the fibroid anymore, and in 2 rounds, it should be completely gone. And